sure that you guys can hear me. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Make sure you guys can hear me. Let's see. All right. Cool. Okay. I want to tap in and do a little live. See what's going on. Somebody's having to face themselves is what I just saw, but you know. It's wild because there's always like these two completely opposite dynamics. What I really wanted to understand is like what's wrong with these people? Like what's going on in their home life? What's going on in their business life? What's going on with their friends and the people around them that they're so unable to really like just live their own life and prosper, you know, for themselves, you know? That's what I was curious about, but I don't know if that... Oh, it's because... Well, see, this is the thing. So it's something that has to do with your endurance, basically. You keep your eye on the ball. You know, you're not distracted. You're not overwhelmed. You're not this. You're not that. And I'm just really confused because it's like, well, if they would actually focus on themselves... Do I need to turn this around? If they would actually just focus on themselves, maybe they would have that type of opportunities. You know, maybe that's something they could do as well. Yeah. Let's see. I don't want to hide the video. I don't want to turn it around. Okay. But I want you guys to be able to see these cards, right? Maybe I'll just do it like this. Maybe that'll be the best way to do it. Yeah. It's the reality is that they can't keep their eyes on their own balls. Like they can't see, you know, they can't see themselves leading. They're not, you know, stepping out in front of you know, who they are. They're not taking action. They're not, you know, seizing the day. They're not doing any of that. And for me personally, I just feel like that's so very, very, you know, sad. That's so, you know, unfortunate for them. Now, see, I turned this around and it's still giving the same orientation. So, all right, I'm just leave it like this. All right. Oh, yeah. See, this is what it is. They have no passion, right? They have no passion for, they don't know what they love because they don't love themselves. It's like once you start to exude that energy of self-love, once you start to pay attention to yourself, right? And what you need and what you desire, that's when, you know, things no longer, like that's when you no longer live in an illusion, right? You're not stuck in the matrix anymore once you start to do that. But that's what their problem is. Yeah, that's what their problem is. I want to get more on this endurance. Like, literally, that's you. Like, their problem is that they don't have that. They don't have that kind of focus. Yeah. Whomever this came out on the sides, let's just keep it. This may be somebody who really wants to portray or present themselves in an emperor energy, right? And see, that's what I'm curious about too, because I often hear that uh, it's like somebody is with someone and that person is mad at you. And it's like, well, why are you mad at the collective when really you should be mad at your dude, right? Like, why are you coming after the collective? But again, it's also because whomever this is, because they don't focus on themselves, they don't have any money. They have no potential for creating or manifesting or anything like that. And so they get jealous when they see you. And the fact that they're always watching you makes their person mad, you know, whoever they decided to be with. And their person is just feeling some kind of way because they see you, you know, as better than them because their person is always into you. Well, your issue is not with the collective. Your issue is with your person. Like, maybe you should consider getting a new person, like moving on from this, you know, getting off that, you know, what they thought was going to be a joyride, which ended up being an emotional roller coaster. So they're having this emotional roller coaster in their relationship. Yeah. And they keep painting this, I want more information. So, because essentially what this is that feminine energy, right? And they feel like they're, you know, they're smart and that they, you know, aren't with, you know, it's almost like this person, whoever they're with, is better than this emperor in reverse, but they're not taking the time to actually get out of that connection. Like, there's no passion there from this person to this person, but they're not listening to that, right? And they keep wondering, you know, why things are exactly as they seem. Like, why? Because this card in the upright is things are never as they seem. And it's like they have all of these signs. They have all these warning signs. They have all this information. They know what love is supposed to look like. They know what a real good relationship is supposed to look like where a marriage, like your person shouldn't be totally distracted from everything that's going on with y'all and focused on somebody else. You know, they know this. They know this. And they feel like they keep, whoever this feminine energy is, they feel like they're manifesting and they're putting in the work and the effort and the yada, yada, yada. But the collective doesn't have control over your person. Your person just has no control over themselves, you know. That's what this person is. This feminine energy is really saying that. Okay, what's not being listened to? Wow. They're not listening to, like, the fact that this isn't bringing them happiness. You know, this isn't bringing them what they want. You know, it's like they're realizing that the reason that their abundance is stuck, the reason why this relationship and they are not moving to a happy connection, right, is because this person. And it's like, well, if you just go get another guy, like, isn't that what the collective did? Like, again, sometimes I'll bring out a statement and just say something along the lines of like, dude was always great until you met the new dude, right? The new dude ends up being much greater than, you know, or the new woman ends up being much greater. So if someone's feeling a lot of insecurities, you know, essentially you got to put this first. You know, you have to put first all of the things that you already know, all of the things that you've already seen. You know, you've got to put that first, which is ultimately you. Because it sounds like this Queen of Swords energy is going to lose themselves. Like they're painting this picture and it looks this way to people on the outside. But they really have to change things, you know, to bring in that abundance like they want. And it might be the person, you know, getting rid of the person that they're with. I'm just saying. So things are exactly as they seem. What is this about? Things are exactly as they seem. Yeah, that this person will never grow up. This person has some type of dreams or things that they wanted to do, whoever this Emperor reverse is, that they have some things that they let go of. Like they didn't work harder, you know. They're not you know, they're not in the right energy to really put down their hatred and jealousy of the collective. What I saw in the cards too earlier was like they're jealous and hateful over like the fact that people like you, you know, the fact that you have money, the fact that you are happy with your life without them. And it's kind of like, this person doesn't even need to be caught up in this. Homegirl. She shouldn't even be allowing this to go on in her life. This is something she thinks about too. It's like, well, why, do I have to support? What they don't realize too is that the collective was in that same position when they were with this person. I don't know if this person thinks that. Like, maybe this person thinks that, when the reason why this person is so focused on you is because everything was so great with you. But in reality, this person was the same exact person. This person was an emperor in verse with you. You were just standing in the same energy that they are, making things happen, doing things, to benefit you and your family. And, they're thinking wrong. Like, they're thinking entirely wrong about, it's like they want to excuse and don't want to separate from this person just because they don't make any money, is what I'm hearing. Like, this person doesn't have any, job. But in reality, it's like, well, that's the balance of a good relationship, right? That's the balance of a healthy relationship, is that both people are contributing to it, And that's the same thing the collective did. The collective dealt with, toggling back and forth between, should I just move on, or, should I stay with this person? The collective had the same, difficulties, And again, as soon as the collective left this person, they had a great, brilliant life. And that's why this person is jealous, because they don't expect anybody to be anything without them. But they were never contributing anything to the connection in the first place, right? They were never contributing anything. They were just sitting out there watching the collective go and make everything look like it was great, essentially. And that's why this person is in this tower moment, because listen, bad news is bad news. Whomever this is going to treat everybody they encounter that way. They saw their mama do this, is what I'm understanding. They saw their mama overwork themselves and tire themselves out, And the only way to relinquish, any type of hold that this person may have on her is to really call judgment and leave that relationship alone. Listen. So, give us more on this Emperor in reverse. Dang. Yep. This person contributes no financial anything to this connection. This person just sits around, eats, drinks, counts the days every day, and sleeps easy, while this feminine energy has to be on guard, right? This feminine energy might have restless nights because they're trying to figure out, how to support the family, how to take care of the kids, how to get back and forth, and whoever this Emperor reverse is, feels like, oh, if I hate on the collective, then that makes my girl feel good and balanced. But really, that's not helping their relationship. They feel like, oh yeah, if I talk shit about the collective to my girl, then my girl will know. And it's like, that's not what's happening. This person doesn't even see whomever they're with. Like, whomever this feminine energy is, they don't even see this person. I'm just telling you, they don't even see this person. They have no clear perception of who they are. That's so sad. Yeah. And this feminine energy is wondering why she feels so conflicted. Like, why she feels like, her friends don't like her. Maybe her friends are like not wanting to hang out with her anymore, not wanting to get together. People at work like kind of frown and look down on her and stuff like that. That's what I'm getting here. Like, she's seeing that come out, all the time. And it's because she's not really focused. Like, she's looking at happiness, but she's not living in happiness. Because this card is looking. It's like they're focused too much on the fact that their person isn't listening to them. Their person isn't making an effort. Their person isn't, instead of actually saying, okay, what's going to make me happy? Is staying here going to make me happy? Is staying here going to help me? Listen, these came out like this. Yeah, the only thing that's really going to repair this situation for her and get her into, a better energy is to, drop that 0. I can't say it any other way. The only way for her to not be sitting up spending sleepless nights is to move on, to move on to someone else, even if it's just herself, It doesn't even have to be her getting into a new connection. That could be something that she wants, but she's got to get out of this connection. because it's really like messing her up. Like, and that's what he's doing. He's using, she doesn't realize too, that this person is using her energy, like all the times that he's ignoring her and, you know, doesn't care, and she's having a bad day or a long day or whatever it is. Every time that she allows this to continue, he's using her energy. Okay. This person is using her energy. And what she doesn't realize is that when she walks away, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that balance, right? She's got to wake up. So this person that she's with will never grow up. This is just who this person is. And she really wants to be in this Empress energy, but she's struggling to like, it's like when you're connected to an Emperor in reverse, can you really be an Empress? Isn't that the most like detrimental thing to do, is to make sure that you're connected to the right person? You know, does she struggle that much with like her physical appearance and things like that? Because I feel like he does things that like feeds an energy for the period of time that he needs it to, just so he can drop her back down on her head. You know, he'll tell her, I love your booty, and I love this, and I love that, and I love this, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. But then quickly it turns right back into this. It's like he keeps doing things to try to present himself as like somebody that she would want to be. He may have even said something to her like, oh, like trying to match her Queen of Swords energy. Oh, well, what you gonna do if I go out and I do become something better? Because they've had plenty of arguments is what I see here. They've had plenty of arguments about breaking up and being together. But it's like, she struggles with knowing that, like, even if he was to become somebody good, wouldn't you feel better just knowing that you left that situation? Because sometimes it takes for people to walk away from another person for them to actually focus on themselves. And that's what this person needs to do. Whomever this masculine energy is. Like I said, she needs to, maybe she's struggling with like trying to make sure that she has the money to do that too. It's like if she's using all of her energy and resources and et cetera, and then at the end of the day, he's ignoring her. He's, oh, I want to go play the game. Oh, I want to go hang out with the fellas. You know, oh, I want to go do this. Oh, I want to go do that. That she's not finding any space for her to really make a decision and get in this Page of Wands energy. So she's not really like, maybe he even's like, well, you know, I'm gonna go do this tomorrow. I'm gonna go do that tomorrow. Like, he's giving her that energy. It's kind of like when she's like, well, we need to get it, you know, our finances together. You know, we need to get a repair on the car and blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look into a job tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Like, he always puts it off for tomorrow, but then when tomorrow comes, she's met with the same thing. She is met with the same thing every time. And she feels like, oh, okay. He might even look up some stuff just to be able to give her an excuse. Oh, yeah, I looked into such and such and I saw this other thing. And it's like, it's a bunch of lip service. Yeah, he does this so that she can stay around and let him vampire off of her energy. While she thinks that he's like, I don't know. She thinks that he's, you know, using the collective energy somehow, but that's not what really is happening, because the collective doesn't sit in a low vibrational energy. Yeah, she's being a fool to think that like when maybe they sit up and pillow talk. Yeah, they sit up and pillow talk. Oh yeah, I saw my ex posted this meme. Oh yeah, I saw my ex do this. She's not realizing that, like, number one, this person is drunk half the time, right? Okay. This person is always, you know, I want to say this is him sleeping elsewhere at night. Like, he may go and like have other relationships, and she really doesn't see that this person is connected to a dark entity. This person has probably a sexual addiction, has a drug addiction, has an alcohol addiction, has, you know, has been abused, you know, as a child, you know, and if their abuse as a child happened from a woman, you know, if a woman took advantage of them, chances are they're going to take that out on every woman. And then in addition to that, if they have a mother, which we talked about her already in here, if they have a mother that actually overworked themselves and overwhelmed themselves to be in relationships that did not benefit them, they feel like this is the normal thing. This is how it's supposed to go, you know? And this person really does, like, look at this. everything around this person is crumbling. And they know it's time to kind of like get on the ball with trying to produce something that's going to be beneficial, but they have no desire. Like, again, it's all of the attachments, it's all of the negative lifestyle that they've been living, you know, pretty much their whole life. So he comes in and he presents himself in this, and he comes out in very night energy. Like, he's in a super night energy. He's never really in an energy. Oh yeah. Okay. He's never really in an energy of like magnifying himself in this king energy. He's mostly in this emperor in reverse. You know, someone who does not take care of their kids, someone who does not work, someone who does not clean up around the house. Someone, it's like, you know, you can be an emperor in your own right. Like, if your person is out there working, you could clean the house. And what I'm understanding is this person has a lot of excuses. You know, it's like, oh, what are people going to think of me? What are people going to think of me if I'm, you know, but if they give too much energy, it's like they steal all of her energy. They focus on the collective, and then they go out and they hang out with their friends. I'm seeing a lot of like just hanging. This person spends money out with their friends that this feminine energy is working for. And she's caught him doing this several times. Like, maybe she's even caught him in her purse. Oh my gosh. So this woman has even caught him like taking money out of the account that he knew was for, like, I'm hearing like it was a $50 bill, you know, for the electricity in their apartment. And he took that money and went out and hung out with his friends. I'm telling you, this is his routine. Because he feels like his friends are like, well, these is my, you know, I don't know. There's something about like his affinity is more towards men. You know, he feels like because of whatever trauma he experienced in his life as, you know, a young boy, that men are the more secure energies. Yeah. Like, he doesn't care if this woman walks away. He doesn't care, you know, that she's facing all of this energy. Like, he doesn't care that she's stuck in her head trying to figure out, you know, he likes seeing her in that tortured energy. He really enjoys seeing this woman in this tortured energy. Yeah. Because he knows that then she's going to turn around and nurture him, because he's going to come back with some, like, oh, I just, you know, I feel so this, and like he gives her a lot of lip service to keep her from walking away. He gives her a lot of lip service. But what I'm understanding is like, it's only in that exact moment when she raises hell. You know, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on that. Look, when she raises hell, that's the only time that he even says anything about what, you know. But this is not the type of person that you can trust. It's like, even if he went and got a job, he'd be cheating on her with somebody at the job, right? Yeah. He is so confused. Like, everything is just a dream for this person. This is the type of person that grows old and they never accomplish anything. You know, they never accomplish anything. And he's comfortable with keeping her there because essentially that keeps him afloat. He's literally just using her in so many ways. I'm telling you now, if somebody came even, maybe he even sits, because I'm getting more of that pillow talk energy here. Maybe he even sits and like tells her how, like, yeah, well, my ex would never put up with this. And my ex, you know, this, and this, and this. And my ex, this, and this, and this, and this. So it's like he pumps up her head and then he beats her over it, you know. It's like he pumps her up to think that, you know, she's the apple of his eye. And then in the same breath, he's out there changing everything. Yeah. Especially when she starts to like conserve her money. Like when she starts to save up her money and starts to feel like, okay, I'm going to make an effort to get out of this. Or, you know, as soon as he sees her getting ready to make some more money, that's when he uses that tactic too. It's a trauma bond. I mean, it's a very strong trauma bond, but that's all this person, this emperor in reverse knows how to do. Like, he doesn't know how to be a father. He doesn't know how to be a man. He doesn't know how to provide for himself. He doesn't know how to, you know, give love. He doesn't know how to do any of that. She's clear on this. Like, she sees it playing out in her everyday life. But again, every time that she finds him in this deceitful energy, that she finds out he lied about something and he was, you know, sleeping with this person, or, you know, took her money, or, you know, whatever. he uses that kind of like charm and like tells her like, don't worry, you know, we'll get this back. Oh, like he pumps her head up, but it's like, man, don't worry about that. You know, you're gonna make that on the next check. But he's never financially responsible for anything. So he doesn't understand that that next check was going towards the baby's daycare and the groceries kind of thing. Right? He's like, don't worry, you can figure it out. It's like a backhanded encouragement. That's jacked up. Yeah. And she just keeps taking this beating. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this energy and read on something else. Yeah, she has all of this. Like, she knows this. She knows this. Yep. She knows too that she needs to move on. That's ultimately, like, she needs to move on to something that it will be like, even if it's just move on and get your own place with your own child, with you and your child, you know, and not worry about, you know, looking back. You know, don't try to make this person a part of your child's life, because if this person treats you this way, they're going to treat your child the exact same way. Like, they don't change their energy just because it's a child, you know, especially if they feel like they had a hard childhood as well. They don't feel like there's any need for them to be concerned because, you know, they'll be all right. I'm all right. Like, this person lies to themselves a lot. This person lies to themselves a lot about, you know, where they are in life. They listen, as long as somebody got a space for them, a room or bed or couch, whatever, they feel like they doing good. This person remains like in that energy. Like, they remain like they refuse to acknowledge and make sense of where they are. They don't see themselves as like, oh, I'm sleeping on somebody's couch. They see themselves as like, oh, I got a place to stay. I'm doing better. This person is like, oh, I can't even. All right, let's see what else is happening here. Let's see what else is going on. So now that we know what these other people's issues are, looks like you're just, you know, enjoying your self-love, like really digging into your, I want to say Akashic records, like really digging into what brings you the most pleasure, not overworking yourself either. Because the one picture is in the tub and then the other picture is in work. So it's like, you're very balanced. You're very keeping your energy to yourself, you know, not worrying about, you know, anything outside of you. Yeah. Ooh. So there is somebody around you, you know, that, there is somebody around you that's heartbroken or facing some heartbreak. Maybe this is somebody that was connected to you at a period of time and felt like, you know, they were your confidant or something like that. They're feeling some kind of way because it's like you're off on your own life, you know, doing your own thing and you're not really concerned about them. Or what I'm saying, is that your self-love, like your spiritual baths, etc., 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 it basically washes away too, because this is that same bathtub. It washes away any feelings of like sorrow or, you know, pain. It brings you a lot of pleasure too. Or maybe you're being just called to take a spiritual bath, you know, take some time for yourself, light some candles, anything that you want to do like that. Okay. But what I'm understanding is like whatever this, you know, sad, emotionally unstable energy that's outside of you is, yeah, that's somebody else. That's somebody else seeing how full of life you are. Because that person is pregnant in that picture. That person is outside enjoying life, you know, expecting something. Oh, wealth, expecting wealth too. Nice. Maybe even has some really good partnerships or finding out about a lot of like different opportunities, maybe even like some things that you like to do exercise wise, like maybe so you've switched up like your routine with that. Yeah, somebody that used to be in your life is feeling really some kind of way. Lord Jesus. Yeah, this person, whoever, this is that same energy. They really have trouble like with, knowing that you moved on and people adore you. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this weirdo is coming out in my cards. This is so unfortunate that this person, sits in that energy, maybe even stalking you, trying to look you up online, and everything that they see is showing them that like you're in your most powerful energy. Yeah. They also see that you're very protected too. It's like they can't knock you off of anything. What could a person in reverse do to someone in the upright? That's what I want to know. What could they possibly do? Not a damn thing. Yeah. They can't change this. They can't change it because they're focused on the lack that they have in their life. Yeah. They are, again, this is probably coming out because it's like they're so focused on you and what you're doing, right? Right? You being at peace, you not having any issues, and that you have someone that's connected with you that, is bringing all of this fullness into your life. Like, that is what brings this person the most heartache. But it's like, maybe if you healed your heart, you wouldn't have so much trouble there. This is fullness. Oh yeah. 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 There's something very erotic too. Yeah. There's something very erotic that's happening as well. Or it's just the fact that you're very attractive. Oh, wow. Like, this person is jealous of the attention that you get. That's a sad thing when a man is jealous of how a woman looks. That's really sad. So this man is jealous of the way that you look. Yeah. That's all they spend their time doing is focusing on like your looks. Yeah. They maybe even go to talk to people about it and they're like, what's wrong with their looks? Like, I think their looks are, oh yeah, they just use that, they use how they look to get what they want. Like, that may be something this person goes around saying. Yeah, they may even tell people this at work, or like if they have a job, or just like whoever they go out and spend time around. Wow. Yeah, they are feeling very insecure, but it's like, you're not a woman. This person holds a lot of issues. This person has a lot of issues. And what I understand is they have nothing to do with you. Again, this person was abused by a woman when they were, yeah, you've already completed that cycle. Spirit's like, make sure this comes out before we go ahead and close this out. You've already completed that cycle. Look, it's completion and dominion. You've already completely, that's another thing this person struggles with, because their life looks like this. Again, this person is comfortable with just sleeping on the floor, sleeping on the couch at anybody else's house, not, moving from place to place. They don't care how much they've disrupted their lives. But you sit here in this very dominant energy. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ace of Wands is the next thing that comes out. I really wouldn't. So this is a man jealous of the way a woman looks. A woman that he was with. Which makes no sense. Yep. This person saw you as their therapist. I was like, maybe this is someone that thought that they were like, and this is actually you. What this person is realizing too is that like when you moved on, like you probably offered them the opportunity to even, still be around and still communicate with you. And you were always, being positive and helpful in their life. And they don't have that anymore. They don't have anyone around them that wants to pour into them. Probably because they've seen how they've made everyone that they come into contact with strife. Like they're bringing a lot of, yeah, this person may have even lied to people, like illusion people, like, yeah, they were never there for me. They were never this, they were never that. And then maybe somebody brought up like, well, isn't that the part, like, isn't this the one that got you the car? Like, isn't this this person, like, let's say you bought this person a pair of glasses, they still wear the glasses and it's been 99 years. They taping them up on the sides and stuff like that. People are realizing, like, wait a minute, this is the person that actually, you did your best with. Like, we saw you really doing well. But what people didn't understand is, in this science energy, you were the one that was doing well. You were benefiting this person. This person wasn't doing anything but trying to tear you down. They felt jealous. It's almost like they felt like you were looking at yourself every day and talking to yourself like how beautiful you are. And how, I told you I wouldn't be surprised if this Ace of Wands. But they didn't realize that it was like you were just focused on getting the job done. You were just focused on, okay, how do I create what we need? How do I create what I need? Yeah, this person feels some kind of way because they don't have your help anymore in life. Like, even if it's just someone to talk to. Yep. Look, the Chariot. They are feeling some type of way. They feel very stuck in life. They feel very stuck in life right now. It's like they wish that they could do something. Look, this Ace of Wands keeps popping out. They wish that they could do something, to befriend you even. But it's like they're not even being a friend to themselves. Yep. A lot of it has to do with the fact that you have wealth. You have a wealth of knowledge. You have a wealth of joy. You have a wealth of manifestation ability. Like they are so jealous. Like, they're jealous of everything about you. I don't even like this energy. I really don't. This person may be going to jail soon. Maybe they've done some things to, like, in the pursuit of money. Spiritual birth, excuse me. Maybe they've done something in pursuit of money that's going to get them locked up. Yeah. And there's nothing that they can do to, like, get out of that scenario either. Because what I'm hearing is, like, this is not their first run-in with the law. That's why they're, there's nothing they can do but, go serve their time. I don't feel sorry for this person. Like, if you hear me giggling, it's because I don't feel sorry for this person. The collective wouldn't be where they were if they were focused on other people. And that's something that this person does not get. And the collective doesn't. Look at this. You're everything that, let's say younger people aspire to be. You're also, like, to other people as well. Whatever you're doing, in pursuit of your 10 of Cups. And what I get is, like, you guard that. You don't let everybody know what you're up to. You don't ever let everybody know about all of your accomplishments and stuff, which is why maybe this person was able to create an illusion about what happened into your relationship. But that period's over. Like, people are seeing this person for who they really are. Okay. So you're in this very vibrant energy, again, taking on every possibility in life, taking on every opportunity in life. Look at that. Queen of Pentacles again. 8 of Pentacles. Everything that you've worked hard for. That's this wealth coming in quick. And it's not like some people obtain wealth, but they never have any, like, spiritual grounding. They never have any, like, moral turpitude and things like that. But essentially, you do. And that's what makes you even more attractive, is what I'm understanding. That's what makes you even more attractive. So you're in this very attractive energy, and somebody is looking at connecting with you soon. Somebody is very focused on connecting with you soon. This is a new energy. This isn't that other person. Yeah. See that Wheel of Fortune? This is something and someone new. This is someone and something new. Okay, I just saw the Page of Wands. Okay, let me get this deck because I've been seeing this. Yeah, this person likes seeing you in this peaceful glow. And, like, this person really likes, like, they know that you're the right type of person, that you're the right type of woman. Yeah. This person knows that you're the right type of woman. Valor kept coming out in that other deck, and I just saw it in here too. It's like if I were to give my heart to anybody, it would be this person. And I'm going to give my heart to this person. Yeah. And what I'm understanding too is you allow this person to do whatever they needed to do to remove any type of like issues that they had revolving around past people in their own life. You adapted to that. Yeah, you understood the reason because you have went on your own path yourself. So you understand it. You understood, you know, and this person may be wondering like if you regret any of that, and you don't. You don't regret waiting for the right person, you know. You don't regret, you know, because maybe you and this person aren't, you know, talking as much because you're giving them the space to see what it feels like with your absence. Yeah, and that was in order. It was perfect order to be able to really connect and come together like you should be. You maybe didn't enjoy the idea of this, but you also understood the reason, you know, why you needed to take action in that way. Okay. Maybe it's just so that they could see you in this, like there's something about your go-getter attitude, like how you know, how you take care of yourself. Okay. How you take care of yourself. Yeah, like they feel like there's a lot of sustenance to you. They feel like you're very skilled at the way that you know, handle losses and handle betrayals and everything like that. And it really inspired this person to do their healing work. It really did. They may even who's coming in with this wealth. Because it's right here underneath this person. The Chariot's here and the Chariot's there and the Ace of Cups. I'm smelling blue cheese. I don't have any blue cheese, but I'm smelling blue cheese. And you know, blue cheese is a very strong smell. Yeah, this person is very satisfied with what they've gotten to know about you. And they really feel confident in following their intuition. They are very satisfied. They feel very satisfied. They don't care about what bridges they have to burn either, because they're focused on this connection. They're focused on, you know, uniting with you in the most positive way. They want to contribute to your well-being as well, as what I just heard. They want to contribute to your, yeah, they want to make you full. They want to make sure your life is full in every way, shape, or form. Okay? They want to bring, that's what they're manifesting, is giving you a life that you would be happy to enjoy. They want to give you a life where you get to really live that soft girl life. Look at that. They're focused on making sure that you rest easy, that you enjoy yourself, that you enjoy, you know, them, that you enjoy what you do when you're not with them. Like, this is someone that's really invested in this. Yeah. And during this time of like, where you've just kind of been resting and doing your own thing and stuff like that, that's really made them speed up their, like, it quickened his heart, is what I just heard. Quickened his heart. To leave behind whatever it was that he was, you know, dealing with. Yeah. That's been the energy too. It's what I'm understanding too, is that like, he still felt full of your love. Like your love kept him full in your absence even. Yeah. In your absence, right? Your love still kept him full. That's how he knows he will win. Like, that's what evolved over this course of time. He felt like, oh, okay, even if we're not talking as much, even if we're not texting as much, I still get happy just at the thought of her. That came out here, sun, too. I still get happy just at the thought of her. Wow. Yeah. And that's why he's so steadfast and like, he's focused on, you know, moving forward in this. Yeah, moving forward towards this endeavor. Like, and then he's focused on supporting you in all of your endeavors too. Like taking this action towards you, you know. What I'm understanding is he also understands the value of like you guys establishing yourselves and, you know, having that period of adapting to just each other, you know, in the relationship in general before you guys, you know, start to involve, let's say one of you has children, or, you know, going out places with, you know, your families and stuff like that. This person really wants to take that time to invest in solidifying that. I heard soul to soul connection with you. Okay. Yeah. Because they don't want to lose any of this momentum. Like they don't want to lose out on something that's so valuable, like a relationship that's so valuable. You know, they are more than willing to call judgment on anybody creating illusions, anybody standing in their way. So that may have been what was happening. You know, there needed to be a little space for this person to aspire to really be who you needed them to be. And they are focused on this too. Look, they are focused on completing that cycle of calling judgment. Okay, that's nice. That's refreshing. They also like that you guys don't get lost in the relationship and the connection. Like it's constantly evolving where you're able to take the time for you that you need. They're able to take the time for themselves that they need. They really feel really good about that. Like they feel like that's what continues to make their love grow. Like that's what continues to make the relationship grow, is that contentment. Like, you know, you're not losing yourself. You hear about so many people getting lost in relationships and they lose themselves, right? And then they end up having to leave those relationships because they don't even know who they are to be enduring whatever they're enduring. But this person realizes that that's not something that this is built on, right? Respecting and loving one another. Yeah, this person really wants to defend that too because it brings them a lot of joy to even pursue you. Wow. That's why this person has been like working on changing this, like quickening their hearts. I'm hearing their heart, their feet, all of that. Yeah, this person is manifesting that. Yeah, this person is manifesting like that things go well and go, you know, they want this to move fast. They want this to move fast too. They don't want to go through what I'm understanding of, like, because they're confident in this relationship. They're confident in this relationship. They don't want this to be moving slow. They already know that they have what it takes, that you have what it takes. That's why they're not in this energy of like, they know that you've both been prepared for each other. You know, you both have an understanding on like when to submit and when to surrender to one another. There's no battle. It's not like this love is not a battlefield. And that's what they wanted to engage in. Like that's what they see in this. That's why they're willing to give their love. That's why they're willing to have a new start. That's why they're willing to share their wealth. And they know it's for a good reason. Okay, never saw all of those little things on that card before, but all right. Yeah, they feel this will be a very successful relationship in all different aspects, because again, this is like emotionally, this is creatively, like in their business life, this is that pentacle energy too. So it's like this is an abundance, right? But then there's also this material wealth. And it's built on great things. Like that's the reason. It's built on all of that. You know, success in every area. Success in a healthy relationship. Success in healthy friendships. This person sees you as a friend as well. They see you as a good friend. They know that without having that, essentially, that this wouldn't come to be a lover situation. Like there's no heartbreak or heartache from the past. There's no feelings of like, you have to stop pursuing what you're pursuing, or that they would have to stop pursuing what they're pursuing as far as like, you know, in creative endeavors. Like they don't feel like anyone, again, there's a very respectful energy. They don't feel like they'll lose out on any opportunities either. They know that you'll support them and vice versa. It's like if you say, oh, I got to go for this convention, they're ready to sit at home and, you know, run your bubble bath for when you get back from the convention. Like be there for you. Yeah. This slid out so softly. Like they want to love you softly. They want to love you softly. They really do. This is nice. This person really wants to put that into motion. Aww. Yeah, they love you. What I keep hearing is like, there's no illusion. There's no illusion. So what I'm understanding, like, outside of you, people will not know. People do not get it. People do not, you know, understand, you know, because they've never had it. But a very healthy love, like, we hear about people struggling to date, right? Let alone be in a healthy romantic relationship. So I'm going to take a few more of these. Oh, yeah. He sees you as his empress. He really sees you as this, you know, this is the goddess type of woman, you know, that I can receive justice with. This is the goddess, you know, that maybe he's like, this is a goddess. Like, I cannot miss this opportunity. Yeah, I cannot miss this opportunity. You know, he wonders if you think about him as much as he thinks about you. Like, when you're doing your things, like, yes, she thinks about you, divine masculine. He's wondering, like, how often I'm on her mind. How much does she, you know, think about me? Is it as much as I'm thinking about her? Yeah, she definitely thinks about you. Yeah, she definitely thinks about you. Yeah, he was concerned that there maybe have been a change in that. Maybe this person has been working really hard, or you've been working really hard. And so it's kind of like they were wondering if, like, you know, that changed. Look at this. If it changed anything. I'll go ahead and take this one out. Yeah, that was something that maybe was keeping this person, you know, off kilter for a minute. You know, checking their energy. But again, that had a full purpose. That had the purpose of making sure that you guys knew how not to lose yourself in a relationship. All right, anything else? Last one's here. Anything else for these lovers? Mr. Lover. Look at that. That's all. That's all that he wants. That's all that she wants. Yep. You guys are reflecting on what the union will be like. Yeah. And it's all positive stuff too. I love that. I love that. Like that the two of you are reflecting and looking at each other. Like, you know, again, this person is looking directly at you in the relationship. And they're wondering, like, is this person wondering about me? Or are they too busy? You know, do I still have their heart? Do I still have their attention? That is so beautiful. Yes, the divine feminine is content with the connection. But see, the contentment that she has in this connection is that she's not afraid of losing you. Okay? She's also not afraid of losing herself. And so what I'm understanding is that he had to get to that part too. He had to get to that space and understanding as well. Yeah. He's not fooling himself anymore is what I just heard. He won't fool himself anymore to believe. That's interesting. Yeah. He's definitely out there setting boundaries too. Oh, damn. He told someone to stay in your own business. If this was your relationship, then I could see you trying to be in the business, but stay in your own business. He made a choice too to get off that fence of, like, you know, letting people know things, or maybe even blocking some people's phones from calling him. Yeah, because he wants to be in this with you. He wants to, you know, be in this tender energy with you, and he knows that anything outside of that is a disruption. All right. I like how this divine yeah, he's ready to celebrate this love. Yeah, and acknowledge this victory that you both have had at this point. Like, he feels like at this point, look, this is the intuition and instinct card coming out again. Yep. That you still have empathy for them, that you see him and you hear him. But he wants to celebrate this victory of this being so healthy. Because most of the connections, from what I'm understanding, for him, like, haven't lasted this long. Because he's so picky, is what I heard. He's so picky. He didn't want to make the wrong choice again. But he's very content with you. He's very satisfied. And he trusts his intuition about you too. Yeah, he wants to celebrate this. and acknowledge like how far you've come, how far he's come, how healthy you guys have grown. Yeah. Yeah, he's accepted too. Like there's no dogs allowed. Like if that song Mutt ever was something that he played for you or played, and like he's accepting that like his self-worth, you know, that you love what you see in him. You love his fingers, you love his face, you love his wrinkles, you love, you know, all of that stuff. He's accepted too that like that you love him for who he is, you know, that you don't see him in this dog energy, that you don't see him as a mutt. Aw, he likes hearing that. He likes hearing that. He likes hearing that you love him for who he is. This is awesome. Okay. Last one, I guess. Yeah. This is clarity right under your nose. This is, you know, you both are doing your best in this, and you both will continue to do your best in your pursuit of this. Oh, wow. Yeah. You both are doing your best, and you both will continue to. There's a lot of passion in this connection. Okay? For one another. He's grateful for that because he knows that like people get wrapped up in who he is as a person, right? And there's a lot of integrity, like that's helped him to understand like who he is and who you are collectively. Like he looks at you guys a lot. He looks at like the mirroring of energies, and ooh, yeah, he likes how, you know, it's just going to get closer and closer and closer and closer. And the fun thing for him is that like you continue to evolve just like he continues to evolve. And that's what makes him understand that you guys will never grow bored and, you know, lonely in the relationship, because you'll be continuing to get to know each other your whole lives. You'll be continuing to, you know, endure this success, honoring your gifts of one another. Ooh, that is powerful. That is really powerful. I guess that's where all of that extra support too, like they support you in your future endeavors. They support, you know, what you want to do. Yeah, they're listening now to whatever guidance they're receiving or have received or received from you even. They're listening to that. Here's that dog, I'm a mutt, but they're ready to answer this call. That's what it says. Like this wild dog is ready to answer this call and go fetch him a woman. And he understands that like, yeah, even if my boys are not, you know, that I get to step out in front. You know, it's that whole, the baton thing. He gets that now. He's ready to get in there and just like, you know, have some, I don't know. He wants you to be a little bit more playful with him. He wants to feel that side of you. Yeah, because you guys haven't been communicating as much as you used to. So he really wants to feel that part of you. Yeah, he feels like that's what gets you guys closest, is this playfulness, you know, having fun, having your inside jokes, you know, talking about what you're eating. There's a lot of foodie energy between the two of you. Yeah. Yeah. And he wants you to forgive him. Okay? From possibly not listening to you in the past, you know, but he's like, he has to have you. It's like he has to have you. This wild dog passion and lust all coming out in the same spot, celebrating. That's wild. Yeah. Because you make him so happy. He's very content with you. He's very content with you. He feels like he's found a place to belong. He feels like you know, you're what he needs. That is so sweet. All right, last one and I'm going to roll out. Yeah. Yep. Both of you guys are being called to be very open, because it's the Empress and the Emperor on both sides, with the Sun and the Chariot, like seeing the happiness and moving towards it. So both of you are supposed to be focused right now on opening up and embracing the possible. Ooh, having faith and joy. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, collective, I hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.